Hello, Scorpio, Scorpio moons, suns, and risings. Welcome to your March 2024 astrology prediction. You start the month, Scorpios, on an exciting note as the sun is sitting on your house of fun, entertainment, hobbies, creative activities, and children, making a positive aspect to Jupiter in Taurus in the house of partnerships and contracts. I see a lot of you Scorpios going out there and having fun with your romantic partner, which will make you feel optimistic and happy. You might get some luck if you happen to play the lottery with your partner also. Starting new projects that are related to creativity could also be quite expensive and could bring a lot of growth to you and or the other person. You might also have someone being kind and generous to you, especially people who are of a Jupiterian nature, such as judges and other authoritative figures. You could come across as playful and fun to be around to someone else at this time. For some of you even, someone you have been flirting with could be wanting to start something more official with you. Or it could be the other way around, that you want to start it with them. The sun rules your 10th house of career and public reputation, and it's sextiling Jupiter in Taurus at this time. So the sun here could bring an opportunity to turn, some type of flirtation, that you have somebody into something more official and more into the public eye now. It could also be that you might be approaching your career with more creativity and easiness and more playfulness, and other people will also be able to see that. On this day, Venus in Aquarius in your 4th house is in a good aspect to the North Node in your 6th house. A family member might start to feel better health-wise, and it will be by surprise since we have Uranus involved. It could also be that you feel inspired to beautify your home and make it more comfortable in a way that makes your day-to-day life and routine easier and more flexible for you. At this time, you might feel inspired to make some acts of compassion towards a family member or towards a coworker at your job. You might also receive compliments, generosity, and kindness by your work environment that will make you feel more happy and fulfilled. So these aspects will be exact on March 1st, but these could also be felt 3 days before, by the end, of February, and 3 days after also. A couple of days after this day, on March 3rd, we have Venus in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus. So maybe a family member doesn't really agree with you on a romantic partner you might have chosen. I know it sucks. It could also be that something about your partner suddenly irritates a family member, or the other way around. So it sounds a little bit like drama, Scorpios. On another note though, you might suddenly be able to acquire a real estate property with a partner, be it a business or romantic partner. If you are in the restaurant industry, that you might feel suddenly inspired to decorate and beautify your place, or it could be that some sudden expense needs to be made to your business. If you are or are thinking about getting into some contract with a family member, then you might encounter something that questions the loyalty coming from this person. So lastly, Uranus rules separation, so there is still a possibility of separation with a family member or with a partner that is going to really shake you from within and your emotions in general. This will obviously be the case just for a few of you, because it always depends on your personal chart also. On March 6th, we have Mars in Aquarius sextiling North Node in Aries. I see many of you Scorpios having a family member who embraces bravery and resilience when it comes to a fated kind of sickness that they have been struggling with. This could also be a psychological and mental blockage that either you or a family member will feel driven to remove and get it out of your way. At this time, you would also feel quite strong and physically active to start a workout routine, potentially with a family member, where you will be the lead and kind of inspire and motivate them into it. You might also have some kind of inspired and passionate conversation that will feel emotionally charged, maybe with a colleague at your job. A few of you could feel super excited about adding a new pet member to your home. Mars is your ancient ruler, Scorpio, so you might be the initiator of all of these scenarios. On March 8th, we have Mercury conjunct Neptune in Pisces. You might have some enhanced imagination and creativity on this day that is going to put some beautiful spark to your hobbies and creative endeavors. Valuable insights can be received through dreams, meditation, yoga, or any other occult practices that you're going to use to improve your creative abilities, and will probably make you feel full of bliss and happiness. Some of you could also become involved with a romantic partner in the form of flirting and spontaneous romance. I would advise to be careful with flirting, as the other person might not be truthful or not really the person that they appear to be. It could also be the other way around, that you might try to come across as someone different to be able to attract someone else to you. Overall, this could be an excellent day to go out there and to have fun, because Neptune here makes you feel pure bliss and happiness. On March 9th, we have Mars in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus, and on the same day we have Sun in Pisces sextiling Uranus in Taurus. So we have some contradicting energy happening on this day. This transit could bring some sudden quarrels at home, and they could be related to a partner or to a certain contract. Again, Mars is your old ruler, so you could be the one initiating this. It could also be that maybe some spontaneous action you might take at home could shake up the relationship that you have with a partner, or the other way around, where some sudden and unexpected action of a partner could just bring like some strong shakeups, some sudden like results in your family life. You might have this strong urge to separate from someone you might have been feeling that is keeping you down. I would advise to exercise caution and have a plan B related to your home related issues and partnerships. Some of you could also split a real estate property between you and someone else. But like I mentioned, on the same day, the Sun is nicely aspecting Uranus from your 5th house of fun, creative hobbies, gambling, and entertainment. A hobby you might have been pursuing could receive some sudden attention from someone who could be willing to assist you or support you in some way. For others of you, a partner of yours could get some attention related to their hobbies and also creative endeavors that they may have. For a few of you, you might also receive some financial reward if you are into gambling or into into stock market trading. But obviously it's going to be the case for only a few of you. It still depends on your personal chart. On March 10th, Mercury enters Aries and sextiles Pluto in Aquarius, and we also have a new moon in Pisces. Mercury from your 6th house makes a good aspect to Pluto in your 4th house. You might give or receive some health-related information to a family member that is going to be taken positively. You could adjust and transform your daily routine to be able to communicate more with your family members. You might also be working actively on your home or real estate, and this work that you might be doing could turn out to be quite positive. You might also feel driven here with Pluto being your ruler to achieve your goals and passionate desires, and just gain a lot of determination and stamina related to your family and also your wellness and workout routine. This could have a good impact on your physical body, making you feel more self-confident, and also in your personality by making you feel more charming and more attractive. Mercury rules your 8th and 11th house, so you might use some of your shared resources to improve your overall well-being at this time. The new moon in Pisces is going to be in your 5th house. You will most possibly have new creative projects, new hobbies that you will want to spend time on learning and mastering. You might also receive some good inspiration at this time and downloads on how to go about your artistic pursuits. that you're working towards. Great time to start fresh with one of your children if you have children. This new moon could also bring someone new that you have a crush on and you really like them. It could also be the other way around, to where like somebody starts to have a crush on you. It could also be that you feel extra flirtatious and approachable on this day to your circle of friends and people who know you. So it really sounds like a very empowering and positive day for you. But again, although these transits are happening exactly on this day, you might feel the effects 3 days before, 3 days after. On the next day, after the new moon, we have Venus entering Pisces in your 5th house. So this is the time where you might feel and be naturally charming to others. It could be a good time to focus again on your artistic abilities, on your hobbies, on your creativity, and entertainment. Some of you could have some higher chance for pregnancy, but obviously that applies only to a few of you. Be aware of overindulging into romances at this period of time. Venus doesn't have a good rep for being in the 5th house, so be aware of that. Maybe be careful with who you're flirtatious with, and the other way around, be more careful with anybody that's like having those kind of feelings towards you at this time. On the other hand, though, Venus could bring just some pleasant feelings and love if you choose, to spend time with your children or people that have just like a younger type of energy in themselves. March 17, we have Sun conjunct Neptune in Pisces. You might have some heightened creative expression and higher ability to pursue your artistic endeavors. You still have this high energy on your 5th house, very active energy. You might also feel very spiritual. You can easily get downloads and tap into other, sources to get more creative ideas that are going to benefit you spiritually, but also in your creative projects. Be aware that Neptune could also bring some type of confusion here with your romances. And also be careful with, maybe too much daydreaming about someone if you start to have feelings toward them. You might also receive some favor from someone who has a thing for you at this time. On March 19, we have Mercury conjunct North Node in Aries. On this day, Mercury, the planet of thinking and communication, makes a conjunction to the North Node of Destiny in your 6th house. At this time, you might receive some fated news related to health-related issues. You might also receive or give some news at work or, at your job. Some of you could think and make some kind of discovery related to your daily routine that is going to be destined in nature. You might get or think about getting a pet at this time also. You might feel inspired to help out and serve others, either people who suffer from some type of illness or people who are somehow isolated. Obviously, it could be the other way around if you are in those conditions, but in case it is like that, just know that this is karmic in nature, which means that, if you've done good deeds before, you're basically being rewarded, and somebody else is giving back to you whatever you gave out to them. On March 20, we have the Sun entering Aries, sextiling Pluto in Aquarius, and we also have spring equinox. You might feel quite empowered and determined to address some health-related issues. This is going to bring you physical but also psychological power. You might also get some more control over things at your job. The Sun rules your career sector, so you might be implementing some daily routine that is going to empower your career. Pluto is your ruler here, so maybe changing up a routine helps both of your family life and your career and public persona. Serving a family member diligently and persistently could also bring some easiness to you, to you and to who you are and how you're perceived by other people also. On March 21st, we have Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces. On this day, you might feel inspired to address and maybe remove some blockages related to your creative endeavors, hobbies, and entertainment. You might be more prone to approaching love and relationships with more of a grounded method. For a few of you, you might feel drawn to have romantic feelings towards someone who is older than you, or that is more mature and authoritative in nature. At this time, I would advise to exercise self-love and self-respect through dedicating time and efforts into your hobbies. If you are into art, then you might feel prone to adding some details that are more Saturn-like, grayish colors, darker colors. For others of you, you might not feel in the mood to, go out and have fun with a romantic partner since Venus rules your 7th house of partnerships. Feelings of isolation could also come up because Venus rules your 12th house. But, if that's the case, this is just going to be temporary. This is just a transit. Don't worry too much about it. On the other hand, Saturn here could give you some clarity and seriousness to the way how you approach romance, and it could even prevent you from making mistakes when it comes to approaching the right person in your life, and to the way how you approach your hobbies and artistic endeavors. Saturn could also be bringing some discipline for you here in this area of your life that it might, require, a little bit of work, but Saturn is karmic in nature. So if you do it the Saturn way, you will get the rewards of the work that you put when it comes to your hobbies and creative activities. For others of you, this is also the house of entertainment. So Saturn here could make you do more Saturn activities like, reading books, spending time underground, maybe, exploring caves, doing things that are more of a Saturn nature. On March 22nd, we have Mars entering Pisces. Your old ruler Mars is entering your 5th house, adding here some more passion, more drive, and motivation to go after your hobbies and creative endeavors. This could also bring quarrels with your children or a crush if you have one. You might also feel driven to start a workout routine in form of a hobby that is going to benefit your physical body and the way how you look. You might also feel inspired to go out on your own with Venus and Saturn being here on this sign. Any action you take towards your passions and things you are interested in could really benefit you physically because this is a Pisces fellow sign and fellow water sign, and it's happening in a good aspect to your sign. On March 24, we have Venus in Pisces sextiling Jupiter in Taurus. The sextile Venus makes to Jupiter on this day makes that Venus-Saturn conjunction a bit easier for you. You might feel more drawn, more down to earth when it comes to engaging in your hobbies, creative projects with a partner. In case you decide to partner up with one of your children, then this aspect could bring some harmonious flow of energy and mutual understanding. Generally, things start to feel easier between your 5th and 7th house matters of romance, creativity, children, and partnerships. Again, be it romantic or business partnerships. On March 25, we have the lunar eclipse in Libra. So the first eclipse of the year is happening in your 12th house of hidden things, other realms, isolation, and dreams. Something that has been hidden might be exposed at this time, especially if this eclipse is conjunct one of your natal planets. I had a friend, for example, who is actually married, and when the eclipse happened in her 12th house where she has her Venus, she had people left and right expressing how much they've liked her during this entire time and how much they had regretted not proposing to her before she got married. So you might get something similar if your Venus is in that house. But if it's, let's say conjunct your natal sun and your Scorpio rising and Libra sun in this case, then you might find out something about your career or public persona since the sun rules your 10th house. Or this eclipse could expose something related to those issues that is going to be seen by other people also. Eclipses could also hide things, so the other way around could also happen. You might also discover or receive some downloads that could bring some faded changes in your life. You might also discover self-sabotaging patterns that could subconsciously have been blocking you, but now God or the universe, whichever you believe in, is bringing them in front of you so that you do something about it and potentially remove them. The sixth house could also be triggered here, so some health-related issues could become known to you at this time. You might also find out something important at work. It could also be that a health-related issue suddenly disappears, which again is going to be fated and destined, since that's how the nature of eclipses is. Lastly, on March 28, we have Venus in Pisces sextiling Uranus in Taurus. We close the month on a good note with Venus in your fifth, in a good aspect to Uranus on your seventh house. You might suddenly take a romance to the next level to start an official relationship that is going to take you or them or other people by surprise. For others of you, you might suddenly start a hobby with a romantic or business partner and find some common ground and synergy. You could also spend some money on beauty products and fun activities such as, getting facials, massages, and so on with another partner. Venus rules your 7th house and 12th house, so these fun activities and hobbies could be quite beneficial to your mental health and help you remove some self-sabotaging patterns. Okay, this is all I have for you, Scorpios. I hope you really enjoy this month and make the best out of it. I wish you the biggest blessings that you can ever have. If you liked and resonated with this video, please give it a like and remember to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching/listening. I will see you on the next video.